Hello. Yeah, so for today I have a plan. I want to test some experiment with some new features like in the gameplay, because for now I did some like minor visual stuff, but I would want to try to add some new features, test what could be useful in the game, what not. And yeah, I need to like test that, play with it a little bit, fly on the tracks and see what makes sense in the game and what not. And the few things I would like to do, and I will almost for sure not be able to do all of them today, but I would want to test like few things. First would be gravity fields. So something that you could place on the track and it would pull you in that direction. Obviously it could, in the end, it could be working both sides, like pulling you but also pushing you out. But yeah, something like that. So that's one of the things. Another is no turn zone, so something where you can still use engines but you can turn inside of that zone. It could be cool way to do like the in the corridor you need to have like, you need to enter it at right angle, because if you do it wrong you will be not able to correct that. On the other way, like no engine zone, so you basically need to fly through that zone without using of the engines. Those two are similar, because if you cannot use engines you also cannot, I'm not really sure if that makes sense to have both of them, but yeah, that's why I need to check that. Engine boost zone, so the place where engines would work like at higher rate, so you can accelerate faster but also you can decelerate faster if you need to, but that one I'm not really sure. Yeah, we will see. So I think that would be good start. Okay, and for everything to work, we have all the features to check if you are inside. Like if I can create polygon somewhere, I have the like in-game tools to detect if you are inside of it. Finish line basically works like this, because on the beginning it was a slightly implemented slightly differently. It was checking if you are crossing the edges, but that would obviously not work if you are already inside of the polygon. So yeah, now it is checking if you are inside. Yeah, so basically that's not the problem. I will need to add some way of marking the stuff in the like track editor that it is not a wall, and it will probably be a variation of the system that I have like for the finish line, because it already is marked as something else. Yeah, and then implementing like what should happen in the race engine, what should happen when you are there. Yeah. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Okay. Okay, yes, so we can... I can basically add... I will need to add something here. And we can also store it as a byte. Yeah, let's call it for now. So by default it will be set to 0, obviously. But if it will be present, it can mean anything. Basically for now we'll just give it a number. Obviously we could use like better approach and do enum for that. But I would need to check what's default type for storing enums in C#. Because I don't want... Yeah, so by default it's int. So no, that's not... That's not true, because I don't want to optimize for the speed in that case. I want to optimize for space. Because the tracks need to be small as possible for me to store them later on the server and for players to download. And if every line that is on the track will have this field, it would be important to have it small. Even the byte gives you like 255 values, and I will for sure not have that many modifiers, so I will probably still want to store the modifier together with the checkpoint, for example, because I also don't want to have like 255 checkpoints also. And it will be like exclusive, something cannot be both modifier and checkpoint, so it will be even better to have them like together, but it will be much simpler for the tests to have it just like that for now. Okay, the second part is, do we have the possibility to extract that data easily? Okay, so what we are using, get closest line. And this will return that. So segment index, line index, distance. Okay, and here when we are using it, we get the distance, and if it's less than 0, so we already collided with that, then we check getting it from here. So we basically, okay, we're using that field. Yeah, okay, so we can easily do here. Okay, but that's in the race engine, and I need to do it not here. The question is if I'm using that value in the old solution. So here. Yeah, okay, I'm using it exactly in the same way here. Yeah, and that's because currently I have like 2 engines that run the simulation. I have the old one that is hooked up to the GODOT visual parts, so everything that you see when I race, it's the old engine, and I have the new engine, which it's much cleaner, and it's working exactly the same like you have, and that one is hooked to replay validation currently, and they produce like exactly the same result. But it will be a lot of work to like hook up the new one to the old rendering stuff, and I don't want to do it today. So I will just add everything to the old engine, and if I'm happy with the result, I will just move it to the new engine, and one day I will just remove the old one and we'll be using only the new one. Okay, but still, we can just do it like this. So I'm checking if the line that I collided with is not the finish line, and basically it's not a checkpoint. So we need to add here, and is modifier is also 0. So now this is a wall. So if we will have the modifier basically in the end everything can be in one value, because all of those will be mutually exclusive. You cannot have like one line that is more than one of those things. Anyway, okay. So we know that it's not a line. Do we check? Yeah. Yeah, so we are checking the checkpoints. They are not like working currently. They could be working. I just don't have the possibility to put them on the track. I would need to change the level editor, but we will be doing exactly the same thing today. So probably it would be good to also add the checkpoints. Do that here somewhere. Okay, we need to store that information because now we are already after the here. Like from ship point of view, we are already down the movement. We are just checking the position. So we always need to react to that in the next frame. So we will need to store that information. And now we need to and no engine zone would be the easiest, obviously. So let's no engine zone will be the number 1. So if we press the accelerate, but we are not on that one. If we are, we will skip. Okay, okay, I need to do it in different place, because here we would also log the position change, like rotation. So we would need to do it here. So we will just not add the force at all, and that's all. Okay, and now to be able to test it like really fast. I can make like simple track. And the first poly will be the finish line. Somewhere here. And I will like have few more. Okay, that was interesting. Okay. So for now, they are just normal walls, except that one, that's the finish line. But now when the track is saved, I can try to find that. And we have that. Okay, so that's the whole track. And we have new field that we added, like this is modifier. And yeah, that one is why we have 4. Okay, the last one is not a polygon. That's a strange one. So I think I would just manually remove that line. It's that part, I think. Let's check that. Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, so that was that glitched line. It was probably because when I named the track, I used the button which enters the line mode, and then I clicked somewhere and somewhere. So that was the problem, I think. Okay. So we can now change those three, give them like 1, 2, and 3. So that was the first one. Okay, so that's for sure not working. Okay, they are not treated as a walls anymore because they have the modifiers. But it doesn't stop me from using the engines yet. Yeah, obviously, it doesn't make sense at all. It should be here. Now we will set the value. So that one is working normally. Yeah, okay. The visual part was there because it's handled like by Godot. It's not connected directly to the engine working or not. It's just connected with the like clicking. But we can easily see that now I cannot do anything inside of that block. And now I can. Yeah. Okay, and now the other question is how it will behave with the replays. So I'm flying slowly and trying to escape it that way. Okay, so it behaves the same, at least on live replay. And if we will save it, and now let's, to be sure, change the track. Okay, and now it's loaded. The same replay is loaded. Okay, and it works exactly the same. Okay, so like that one looks like working. Okay, now we can try to use the second one, and I can try engine boost because it will be like another one that is easy to implement, because it will be in the almost the same place, but we will not be disabling that, we will be modifying the force that we are adding. So that is working nice. Okay. And for that we need to handle it here. Okay, I will need to rewrite that because it's not clear. So we want to do it like if that one is equal to 1, then we will want to do something, and 2, then we'll have engine boost zone. We'll do it on number 2. And okay, we will start with 0. That's the the default one. We will ignore everything else. So that's the thing that we want to do if we don't have any modifiers, obviously. If you have 1, we just don't add the force. But if you have 2, we want to have like, let's say, double that. And this is something that we can now easily check. Yeah. So we will load the same track. So that one should still do nothing. Okay. Why is that? Okay, because if it's not the number, if it's not the 0, it's still not doing like, okay, so that's also not correct. But okay, that one should work exactly like it was working. So engines are not working in that zone. And on that one, they should like double. Yeah, that's... Yeah, it's easily visible. I have much more of the acceleration here. Okay, so that makes sense, and that is working. Okay, so it would for now make more sense to handle like just if it's anything else, then we just do the normal. And then we just do normal flying in that place. But if you have 1, we have nothing because there's no engines. On 2 we have like better acceleration or deceleration because you can use it however you want. And the third one should not work at all now. So it should just behave like it's not there at all. Okay, so here, yeah, I can fly like always. On that one, I don't have the engines. And on that one, I have double the engines. Okay, and now I can go to the finish line, save the replay, load it, and check if if the behavior is the same. Yeah, looks like it on the replay. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Okay, great. So engine boost would work. I would like to add this no turn zone as the number 3. And for that one, I'm not really sure yet, because that's the if that's the value that we are saving to the inputs or not. That's important. No, just the target. So that because I should still... Okay, that's interesting. If what I should save in the replay, if I should save still mouse position, whatever it was, but just ignore it and don't calculate angle, we can try it like that first. It will be better because I will still have the information in the replay if the player was trying to move the mouse or like change the direction, but it will just not happen. It's like exactly the same with the accelerate. I'm still recording in the replay that we are trying to accelerate or decelerate on the no engine zone, but it's just not working. The question is how to handle that. Because angle is calculated as the it's calculated here. I could possibly add what is it, by the way? Okay, we have angle in fixed point unit. And we are calculating that to the target, but we could store this angle, and then if we know that we are on no turn, we could just ignore that part and use the preview frame value, and we'll do it until we exit the no turn zone. So that should work. So I will need to store that value. And here here we use the angle. But we could do it like this. We create that one, and if last frame modifier is equal to 3, then angle equals to last frame angle, other as we should, and anyway we should store the last frame angle. Okay, we don't need to do it like here because it's already there. We can do it like here, I hope. Okay, and we already have the tiered zone to check. Load this track. Okay, to see if we didn't broke anything. That's still not using engine. That one is still giving us the acceleration. And on that one we should be able to use okay, but it's what's the angle that okay, it's so it basically works, but the angle is like strange. If I will go straight up, yeah. Okay, one more test. Okay, I think I know what is happening. It's using not the... Is it using the last direction I was using? So if I like... I will fly there, but the last engine that I used was there. Yeah, it looks like that. So it's not storing the last frame value, it's storing last time I used the engine. Okay, to test it once more, I will go that way, but I will just briefly go down. Yeah, okay. So at least I know what's the problem, but also let's check if the replay is behaving exactly the same. Yeah, okay, it is. By the way, we can still turn inside even if it's not visible, and that's because That's because it's separated, like the angle your ship is moving, it's like one thing in the engine and one thing in like visual part in GODOT. It's like separated. Okay. So what can we do with that? Okay, that makes perfect sense. I do it here inside of the accelerated button is pressed. Because I didn't need that angle before. Okay, so I could, just for now, let's move it outside of that block. Just see if that will help. Okay. So now I'm flying that way, but I'm rotated that way. Okay, and it worked. But let's check it again. I'm flying that way, I'm looking here, and even if I move there, yeah, okay, that's working now. Obviously I will need to change the visual part, like it's exactly the same like with the engine. Engine is connected just to the button press, not to the currently. So I can, like, you can see the engine, but it's not working here. The same. Okay, so it doesn't matter how I turn inside, it's taking into account the position I was. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so that was 72 seconds, almost 73 seconds. Okay, so replay is working correctly with those three at least. Okay. So okay, I can easily add them manually. It would be nice to have them in the editor now to be able to like quickly make some tracks with them. What do we have here? Okay, that's nothing important. Okay, I'm almost sure that I have mapped the... Okay, editor finish line says 0. So I can use 3, 4, 5 for now. And with that, we can react to those 3 buttons. Three, 4, and 5. Okay, and in line editor, okay, it's in the C# somewhere. Yeah, we have the like those 2 here. Okay. Here we had like drawing finish. Okay, that was only to emit the signal to the GODOT to display the icon. So I will basically do not need that, but I should have so drawing it will be for now 0 because it doesn't change anything. So we basically want to copy that one, and if we have action pressed number 3 and 3 was no turn zone. Okay, but no, it's the button, so no engine zone we want as first. And only if we only drawing the polygon, so I don't want that to work with lines because it doesn't make sense. We don't want to change the state because we don't need that. We can do if drawing mode, if it's equal to 0, then we will set it to 1. Else we want to set it to 0. So basically if we are on the 0, Okay, we should still handle probably that stuff if it was enabled. So for that we should change the state. So if drawing finish, then we want to do drawing finish equals to false, and then we want to change the state like that. If I could only type. Yeah. So that will disable drawing of the finish anyway. And if we didn't draw any modifier, we're now drawing 1. If we were drawing any else, it will be set to 0. Maybe that doesn't make sense. Yeah, okay. If we are equal the one that we want, then we will set to 0, and if we are on any else, we want to set it to 1. Okay, so that's that part. But it will only mark in the editor, and we still need to handle the part where we basically use that value. So the easiest way would be to track where we are using that one. And we do it when we do add new line and add new polygon. And we are just passing that stuff here. Okay, that makes sense, because we just set it here. We could technically go there, but on the other hand, if we are still in the... No, that one is directly in the track. So best approach would be to just add that here. And set it to 0 by default. So we don't need to change anything, but we can just pass the... Then we can pass that value there. And that's all. We could possibly change the color here, but it would be not visible on the... Yeah. Okay, let's check that. Okay. So let's check that. If I can load that track again, and I want to create, I can do it like this and check if it will... Yeah, okay, it disabled the finish line, so it may be working, and it's no engine zone. And we want to save that. Yeah, okay, it looks like working. So I need to like have the good angle for the finish line, because if I do it like this, I cannot correct that until I exit the zone. So, but it didn't work for that one. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Let's remove that one. Is it because I didn't reload that map? No, so I didn't. If I now create a new one, is it already as that? So it's not toggling out? Yeah, okay, that's the problem. I get it. Okay, that's not a big deal. Okay, so let's quickly add 2 more. And what we could fix with that, okay, I think I know where we can do it. In the inputs, I'm using the escape key to finish like line addition. And basically, probably that's the place where I clear. Yeah. So when we start drawing polygon, yeah, so basically I can just clear that value here and here, and it shouldn't be any more a problem. Okay, and we obviously can basically just add that get action 4. It will be engine boost zone. And basically we change that to 2. Yeah, that's not pretty for now, but the whole editor will be refactored with the using of the new engine anyway. And for now it will enable me the possibility to like build some tracks with those 3 new features. Just to see how I can use them on the tracks. Okay, yes, so let's check if that's even working. Okay. Do I have the game? Yeah. And let's make... Okay, let's just test that first. So I want to create now this boost zone here, and I want to create no turn zone in the middle because I'm just curious what will happen. Okay, so but that means that I can make like levels where you have boost on the start. That one is not intuitive, to be honest, for now, because you still see the rotation of the ship. Yeah, okay, looks like they are working. So what we can do, we can clear that, and we can try to make something. For now, something simple. So let's use that one. And something like that. Okay, that okay, that can be fun. Okay, I would need to have one change just to be able to see it better when I create new polygon. Okay, it's not that one, I think. It's the one where I call the update lines. Okay. Polygon 2D. So I will need to have that one here also. As a 0. If it's finished, then blah blah blah. But I could basically yeah, that's for now. Let's do it simple. If modifier equals 1, yeah, let's do it like that. 2 was the boost, so okay, and alpha needs to be like something low. But that should be only in those cases. That will work maybe. So I can... Ah, I didn't save that track. And it didn't work here. What if I will just draw the new stuff? Yeah, it's not working. Yeah, I think I know why. Because we never passed that anywhere. Yeah. That should do the job. Yeah, okay. So at least we have now some visual markings on that. Yeah. Again, then let's make a new one. So I can use like booster right in the start. It's not visible here. After I reload the map, it will be displayed correctly. I can use another booster here, and I can use no engine here and no turning here. And booster again here. Small booster here. finish line here. Again, booster here, and no engine, or no. Let's have no turning all the way up to the let's save that, clear load. Yeah, now we see it. Except of that, which is strange. So I probably messed that one up. That should be what I wanted to be there. Like I wanted to have no engine there. Okay, something is not working correctly. Yeah, it's okay. Why that is... It should not happen like that. And I want that one to be removed. And I want to add no engine here. Save it, clear, load. Yeah, that's okay. So we have the booster here. That one for easier cornering. We need to go rather slow here. We can boost here. Exactly. Okay, so you need to have good angle on the exit. Okay, we can save that. Let's see if it's working. Okay, that was pretty nice. Let's save that, reset, reload. That's okay, you cannot do it. You need to do it like with the angle. Okay, that may be pretty fun to play with it when making tracks. Because you need to minimize the time in the no engine part. can gain speed here, but not too much. Yeah. Yeah, basically if you place it in the corner like that, you need to have good angle. Okay, that was, I would have made it if I didn't hit the acceleration in the last part. Now it's perfectly fine because I have good angle and I can just speed up in that one direction. Okay, that. What time can I see it? Okay, so that one was faster. Obviously we could like make that turn tighter to save time. Do we need to go a little bit up to be able to make it here? And yeah, too much speed there. And that was slightly faster. Okay, let's okay, the last thing I wanted for today, like the gravity fields. That one, it's harder. Because for that, it's like not the zone that we are moving in. Obviously I could do it like that. I could have like made the zone, and inside of that zone you are attracted to one point in it. Like for example to the center. But it probably should rather work like you're placing like object one, like a sphere, single point, and that is something that will attract you. So it will need to be handled in the engine differently. It would not be a like wall or a polygon. It would be something else. So okay, but for now let's try to do another one. Like I could have, like I tried there. Again, I could have the finish line, and the finish line is by the way, it's I could check that if the whole engine is in the no engine zone. Let's save it. Is it working even? It's not. Okay. And why is that? I'm now inside of that one. But it will always check only that one, not the other one. So it treats that one as the one that is closer. Because we have, I'm almost sure, because it's bigger. So then distance, because I'm using sign distance fields, so we are like, that distance is negative inside and it's bigger, like bigger negative number than it's there because that one is smaller. Okay, so that's interesting. That's something that I will need to remember. Okay, we can delete that for now. And let's just do it like it should work because now it's, yeah, okay. Okay, but that's not really interesting. So let's try something else. So we want to have like that's strange. We want to have long no turning zone. I messed that up. That's the no turn zone. Yeah. So we need to get the right speed and right angle. Exactly when we fly to that. We could even make it longer. So we need to have proper angle here already. I could do something like this. Try with the accelerator here and here. Here. Let's just try that. Okay. So that doesn't help really. Okay, it can, but I don't think it will be faster. It would if you have it on the middle. Yeah, let's try that. Like here. What happened here? Okay, that looks nice. So I would need to remove that one and that one. And just change that one. Yeah, okay. And we could also make that part as a boost also. Okay, you can for sure create some clever tracks with that. Yeah, that was pretty good. I can save that and let's check if that works. What was the time? 10:07. Okay, let's check that on the controller. Okay, so let's check that on the controller. Like the rest, I think should work perfectly fine. The question is about the turning, because it's handled slightly differently in... No, it's working, okay. Yeah, you need to go to that field that you will use to brake as soon as possible. The longer you're in it, the bigger chance that you will. But that was a bit strange. Yeah. Too soon. That doesn't look like a better. Yeah, but it would be much better to have the momentum already. So like already going to the right seems like a better approach. Yeah, that's not so easy. Too steep. Okay. That's not better. That was not bad. Okay, that was pretty good also. The end. Yeah, the same here. Yeah, that was nice. We can save that. Okay, that was pretty good. Okay, let's see what I can do again on the mouse. No. Okay, for sure it's easy to go too fast with the accelerators. Yeah, that was much slower. Okay, what else can we do? check how it will behave when we change the color. Oh, when I change the color, it... Okay, that's cool. It's not over. Yeah, okay, because it do the track refresh. That makes sense. Okay, that would be boring track, to be honest. I think it will be much better with that. So we have like quick accelerator. Yeah, okay, you want to try to spend as much time in the accelerator, but also have like straight line on the when you exit. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with the progress. So I have those 3 completed. I need to move that to the new engine, obviously. Yeah, and basically I can easily add the checkpoints now, at least not grouped checkpoints. I can easily add now. And yeah, and I will need to think about those gravity fields, and I will probably try to work on them on the next stream. So yeah, I think that will be all for today. So thank you very much and have a nice time. Cheers.